Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and if this is your first time stumbling across one of my videos, I focus on fashion, beauty, luxury, lifestyle, fragrances, hair, vlogs, and pretty much whatever else I feel like talking about. So if that seems like something that you may be interested in, please think about clicking on that subscribe button if you enjoy the content, of course. Also, if you're already a subscriber, go ahead and click on that notification bell. I usually upload once or twice a week on Sundays and Thursdays, so I don't want you to miss a video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all 4 fragrances that I have been wearing over the past few months, and these fragrances have been some of the most complimented fragrances that I have ever worn, and they are all under $150. Now, I know some of you may be thinking $150 is kind of steep for a fragrance, but listen, if you followed me for a while and you've been watching any of my other fragrance videos, you would know we can get up into the 300s, 400s, sometimes $500 fragrances. So I really do think that these are a great price point, great quality, and most of all, they get the best compliments. So if you guys are interested, then stick around. Okay, y'all, so this is the first fragrance, and this is Gabrielle by Chanel The Essence. Now, this is an oldie but a goodie, so we're not going to spend too much time on this one. I'm sure so many of you guys have this fragrance, love this fragrance, rant and rave about this fragrance, but I'm new to this one. This one is a classic floral, and that's typically not my vibe, okay? My mom gave me this fragrance a few months ago, and I have been loving it. I've really been in more of a feminine, floral, kind of like more airy vibe lately, maybe because it's so hot and it's summertime and I just want to feel and smell more fresh and feminine. But overall, I'm definitely an oriental floral type of girl. I love a heavier scent. I love an oud. I love a sweet note in there, but not necessarily fruity. I go for more of the gourmand scents. Okay, so just to get that out of the way, and you can also use that information just to gauge if you can actually trust my opinion or not on these fragrances. So back to Gabrielle The Essence. Like I mentioned, this is a classic floral. Some of the key notes in this one are jasmine, orange blossom, grasse tuberose, and ylang ylang. So like I said, a very floral, classic floral, bright, airy floral. If you are a Chance girl, then you would like this. I feel like this is a step up from the Chance line, but you know, you don't have to worry about this smelling like Chanel No. 5 or anything like that. A lot of us are not ready for that just yet. This one is definitely not that. This one is definitely a younger version of a classic floral. So I can see so many women wearing this one. I mean, from the age of 20 all the way up to, you know, maybe 75, 80 if you want to. It's just a classic floral, but it's very light. It smells amazing on the skin. It has really good sillage projection, and I get so many compliments on this one. I think that's another thing that kind of like swayed me into wearing it more, because of course I do enjoy the scent. When I smell it, I just smell classic floral. You know, it's just that in my mind, that typical classic floral that's still young and bright, but it's nothing like groundbreaking. But on my skin, a lot of that orange blossom does come out. Most of the time on my skin, things turn a little bit sweeter than usual, or they go a little stronger. So this one, the orange blossom, is definitely coming out. Now, this has a tuberose note in there, and if you've been following me for a while, you would know I'm not a tuberose fan at all. This one, I can smell the tuberose, but it's not tuberose heavy, you know. So if you don't like tuberose, you can still take a whiff at this one and you may enjoy it. It's definitely not tuberose heavy. It's definitely more on the jasmine orange blossom side, and it's a really good safe blind buy if you are a classic floral girl. Like I said, if you like the Chance line, so the Eau Tendre or the original Chance or even the Eau Fraiche, I think this one is a good buy for you if you want to kind of step up your game just a little bit. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is the Essence version, and I've heard this one is a lot better. I don't remember what the original smelled like, because when I smelled the original is when it first came out years ago. Maybe, what was that, 2016, 2017, if that. So I don't remember what that one smelled like. I just know that I wasn't impressed. But the Essence is a good one, and I highly recommend this one. It's definitely a safe blind buy. Great to purchase for a gift or anything like that. So definitely check out Chanel Gabrielle Essence if you haven't already. And I did post this on my Instagram. So many of you guys were saying that you had the original and you weren't impressed. give the essence a try and let me know what you think. So the next fragrance has stolen my heart, and this is the Mont Blanc Signature Eau de Parfum. You guys, I'm obsessed with this fragrance. I get so many compliments on this one, which was surprising to me because it's a very soft, feminine fragrance, but men love this. And even when I'm not smelling it on myself, I'm always asked, what am I wearing? Especially by men, which is so odd. But this one is so good, you guys. It's so beautiful. So you can see the bottle is just gorgeous. I'm obsessed with this fragrance. I never thought that I would be in love with it as much as I am, but I feel like the bottle is perfect too, because it's like this white, milky fragrance. And when you smell it, the first thing you think of is like a floral, musky coconut vibe, and it's just so good. It's so perfect for the summer, but yet very like feminine. Oh, it's so good. It's not as bright and florally as the Gabrielle. This one is definitely more musky, so if you love a musk scent, you would like this. So some of the notes in this one are clementine, orchid, amber, vanilla, musk, and it's just all of those in this bottle. It just makes it so good. I can't really see, but I would not be shocked if I'm halfway through this, because I douse myself in this one because it's so soft, and I'm not used to very like soft fragrances. I always feel like I need to like overspray this one, but like I said, it doesn't matter. People always smell this on me, and I'm like, you smell me? You know, usually I know if you can smell me. Okay, I'm wearing like an oud or something super strong like this next fragrance I'm going to show you, but this one is like a silent killer. The men go crazy for this one, y'all. It's so good. So I would describe this as a summer daytime romantic scent. It's almost like, I don't know, this like fluffy marshmallow cloud of musk and vanilla and amber, and so good, y'all. I promise you, I think you will love this one. And even though I would describe this as like a summertime scent, I'd probably incorporate this into my collection all year round, just because on those days when I want to smell a little bit more refreshing, light and airy, but it still has the same essence of me, this would be it, because it's still grounded in those vanilla and amber notes. So if you are anything like me and you know what you like, you know you're like an oriental type of floral girl, but it's hard to find like those fragrances for the hotter months, because you know we like those heavy hitters. This is a good one. It's a really good one. It's so light, so refreshing. And don't be fooled by the soft scent, because people will smell this on you. I promise you, it's so good. And it mixes very well with the Trader Joe's coconut body cream. Okay, that's just a little tip, but I promise you, get your hands on this one, get your nose on this one. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comment section down below. If you already have this, please let me know your thoughts on it. And do you receive compliments? Because every single time I wear this, I get tons of compliments, and this only retails for $110 for this size bottle, so I think you'll love it. Okay, y'all, so this next fragrance is a game changer. It's a dupe, but it's still a game changer, I promise you. And you may be wondering, like, has she been through some things? She has. This is a tester. Somebody actually gave this to me, and it doesn't have a top, and yes, it does bother me, and I'm actually considering purchasing this so that I can have the full package. Okay, but this is Jasmine Whisk from Rasasi. I'm not sure how to pronounce the brand name, but I will have it linked down below. This is a dupe for Kirk by Tiziana Terenzi. Now, if you've watched my fragrance videos, you would probably remember that I did a blind test on Kirk from Tiziana Terenzi. At first, I was like, wow, this is so different. It's very fruity, yet super intense. It's oudy, all the things. I came back and gave you guys an update, and it was an absolutely no ma'am for me, because when I went to sleep with the Kirk on, it didn't go away, and it just went into a man. Like, I felt like I smelled like my name was Brandon or Clarence, or, you know, just some man. Okay, so it was a no for me. I ended up getting rid of that fragrance. This one is a dupe, but the dry down is a lot more feminine and more soft, okay? So I'm gonna read you guys the notes because there are several notes in this, as is in the Kirk fragrance as well, and it's very fruity. So the top notes are lemon, mandarin, and grapefruit. The middle notes are coconut, peach, and passion fruit, stark crimson pear, anjou, and then the base notes are vanilla, tonka beans, and amber. And listen, this is like an intense oud basket of fruit. That's the best way to describe it. The fruitiest, oudiest fragrance ever, okay? And it lasts forever. It's so good. It smells just like Kirk. Like right out of here, it smells like Kirk. It's very strong. Okay, if you don't like strong heavy hitters, this may not be the one for you. The beauty in this fragrance is that it has more of a feminine touch. So maybe it's a little bit less incense, less oud in this one. So it has a little bit more fruit forward, and the dry down is a little fruitier and softer than Kirk for me, and that's why I love this one so much. Okay, I've worn this one out. This is definitely a nighttime scent. I have worn it in the daytime when I felt like being extra, and you know, when you just need the aura, you know, I have. But to me, this is definitely a nighttime scent. You can wear it all year round if you're a girl who likes this, but probably for most, they would consider this to be a fall and winter nighttime scent. Because it's so fruity, I would consider this to be an all year round. But you have to like oud, intense fragrances, and more importantly, really sweet gourmand fragrances, okay? So I definitely smell mandarin in this, coconut, peach, passion fruit for sure, and oud, okay? Those are like the things that stick out the most. Like I said, the oudiest fruit basket you can find. So for this price, you absolutely cannot beat it. If you like Kirk, but you felt like it was just a little too masculine on the dry down or just overall, please check out Jasmine Whisk. And for $64, you cannot beat it, okay? I will link it down below for you guys. It's a must, okay? It is an absolute must. This fragrance will last forever, especially on your clothes. On the skin, I mean, I probably get over 10 hours on the skin, but it's not as bad as the Kirk. I felt like I had to scrub my arm to get that one off, which is not a bad thing. It's just that dry down was just way too masculine for my taste, and I'm a unisex girl, you know, so even for me it was just a little too masculine. This one does not do that. It dries down very soft, very vanilla. I think this one is a little bit more simple than Kirk as well. Like when you smell it, you're gonna think Kirk, right? But Kirk has a lot more dimension in there, and of course, as it should, because it's a very expensive fragrance, but this is still very niche and, you know, great quality in my opinion too. So check this one out, Jasmine Whisk. I'll have it linked down below. Okay, y'all, so my last fragrance is Maison Margiela's Replica Autumn Vibes. Okay, this is autumn / October in a bottle. Okay, you know I'm an October baby. Libra gang, stand up. If you're ready for fall, raise your hand. This is that in a bottle. OMG. Now halt, because it's not blind buy worthy. You know, Libras are typically more feminine and into like the fruity and the florals and classic. That's not that. Okay, so just hear me out here. So let me just go ahead and read what's on the bottle. So this one says Autumn Vibes, of course. The provenance and period is Montreal 2018. The fragrance description is woody trail and red leaves. And the style description is memory in a fragrance. Literally that. I mean, this literally is October bottled up into a fragrance. It's so good, y'all. It's so good. So I would describe this as an earthy woody fragrance. If you don't like woody fragrances, you will not like this. Think Santal 33 and all of the ones like that. If you're not a fan of like cedar and all of those things, you will not like this fragrance. But this is a crisp woody fragrance. It has red berries, cardamom, moss, cedar. I mean, it's just so good. Okay, it's so good. This is truly a unisex fragrance in my opinion. It does not lean feminine or masculine in my opinion. It's just beautiful. On my skin, the red berries and the cedar really shines through. And something about that moss just makes it very like fresh. Think of like a fresh, like crisp fall day with like fog and all of that, when it's just so beautiful and the red and orange leaves are on the ground. This is that vibe, literally autumn vibes. Okay, you know I say vibes all the time, so loving the name choice, hun. Loving the name choice. It's so good, y'all. One of the things that I love the most about this fragrance is that it's not the typical warm, cozy autumn type of scent or fall fragrance. It does not have that caramel and like vanilla fragrance in there, spice or anything like that. This is a crispy, like damp autumn day, you know, because when I think of like fall scents, I think of, you know, oud bouquet or something like that, or myrrh tonka. You know, it has that spice in there. This one does have cardamom in there, but it's not like caramelly and gourmand or anything. The beauty in this one is the brightness and the crispness that he was able to, you know, encompass in this fragrance while still keeping the elements of fall and autumn alive. You know, that's the beauty in this fragrance for me. And let me just say this. A lot of fragrances do this, and when you say it, it's a little off-putting, but if you know, you know. It does have a bit of a bio type of essence about it, because it's such a natural type of fragrance, right? Not because it stinks by any means, but you know, that naturalness of the earth, the naturalness of wood. It's this. Listen, don't listen to me. Just go smell it and let me know your thoughts, please, because I would not recommend you going out blind buying this one or anything, because for me, when I smelled this for the first time, I was like, oh, wow. Put it down. And then I kept smelling other fragrances, but I kept coming back to this one. Then I finally committed and sprayed it on my arm, and I was like, yes. And I'm going to spray it again. I'm actually wearing this today. I love this. It's so good. And it does have a little bit of a cologne-y smell to it as well. But I'll just say this. If you're a fan of By the Fireplace, you'll like this, because it's not as smoky as By the Fireplace, but it has some of the same elements in there. That naturalness of the wood, that this one is a little bit more fresh, crisp, like I've been saying. But if you like By the Fireplace, give this one a chance. You know, if you don't like By the Fireplace, I don't think you'll like this or even be able to appreciate this. And as I mentioned earlier, my skin tends to pull out a lot more sweetness in a fragrance. So I'm definitely getting the cardamom out of this. But definitely the cedar is super prominent. And for me, this is just fall in a bottle. And I highly recommend it if you're looking for something unique, something different, something that will grab people's attention. And it's not going to break the bank. I find this to be quite unique, you know, because again, it's not that cozy kind of scent. It's still comforting, but it's not warm and cozy in my opinion. So yeah, just try this one out. Let me know what you guys think. I'm really curious for you know, to hear your thoughts on this one, because I was shocked that I liked this one too. But like I said, I just kept coming back to it. Something kept pulling me back, you know, so I was like, I have to grab this. And it's been no regrets. I've had this one for about 3 weeks now, and it's really good. Now it's still blazing hot where I am, so I can't wait until, you know, fall. But I've worn it out maybe like once or twice, but I actually wear this in the house because it's just so, I don't know, maybe it's nostalgic for me. It's just so good, y'all. Somebody actually said that this reminded them of Stash from Sarah Jessica Parker. I don't agree with that one, because I did not care for Stash. I can see some of the elements in Stash in this, but not so much. This also does not smell like Santal 33, another 13. It doesn't smell like those fragrances, but it is very cedar heavy. So you have to like a very woodsy heavy fragrance in order to appreciate and even to like this one. So, but anyway, y'all, those are all 4 of the fragrances that I have been loving lately, and I definitely wanted to share those with you because a lot of these are like different for me, but I'm still appreciating them. So I know once you get into fragrance, sometimes it just becomes mundane and you get bored, especially when you have so many. You're looking for something that's a little unique or just unique for you, you know, and these are that for me. So I highly recommend you all all just taking a whiff. I'm not saying go out and blind buy any of these. If you do blind buy, I would suggest blind buying the Gabrielle Essence and the Mont Blanc. Okay, the other two you definitely need to get your hands on first, just to give them a whiff to see if it's going to be your vibe, because those you have to commit to. Okay. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give this a thumbs up. That'll let me know if you enjoy the fragrance videos, and if you don't, you know, we'll keep them few and far between. Okay. So anyway, make sure to check out that description box, and don't forget, all of these fragrances are under $150. Most of them are around the $100 to $110 mark. So yeah, really good buys and amazing quality fragrances if that's something that you're into. So yeah, I'll talk to you on my next video. Bye y'all.